So just wanted to give a quick van tour update. This is my 2018 ProMaster City. It's a 4-cylinder front-wheel drive van. It's a cargo van that I converted a couple of years ago. Recent updates include a retractable locking system for the roof to allow me to store some outdoor tools and whatnot that I don't want inside the van. Just anything I can do to maximize space inside the van. I'll talk a little bit about what I've got going on here for new subscribers or visitors. The entire roof is covered by a solar panel. I have ventilation that's custom, and there are 2 holes in the roof underneath that solar panel. You can't see it. This is an 8-gallon tank that gets hot. It's pressurized, and I feed it through the inlet hose. It's got also, I think, an 800 watt heating element that can actually heat this in about 15 minutes. I rarely use this in Florida. I do use the tank, but the heating part, I have, rarely used it, but it does work. So here's a side profile of the van. These are just the painted factory steels. I think we've got 15 tints in the front, and there are no windows in the back. These are LED lights, 12-volt LED lights. I operate through a switch, and I just keep some kind of bolt cutters and just kind of garden stuff on the roof that I don't want to store inside. Lock it with a lock. We can take a look at that. It's just a retractable locking system that's connected to the actual solar panel, that's screwed into the solar panel. The front view, these sunshades, really handy. I've got 4 set. Completely blocks all the light inside here when they're set up. So here's the top view, and you can see this 320 watt, I think it's 40-volt solar panel. I've got a controller in here, and all of the electrical panels over here. I have a 2,000 watt inverter under my driver's seat that drives just the cooking appliances. I've got a hot plate, kind of a grill, and an air fryer, and that's all I use for cooking when I cook. So here's that again with the doors closed. On the inside, I've got a 27-inch monitor that I feed through a Chromecast from my phone. Works perfectly. This is just a speaker. It's a Bluetooth speaker. Really good system inside this van. So when everything is put away, and this is not, I don't keep this here. This is just to show that I've got an exit from the van to take care of business, and this, which has a seat on it, not an issue, just takes care of itself. I remove this, and then I can bring this down, and it creates almost a full-size bed. You'll see the setup here. I can sit here, obviously no seat belts, and this counter is all permanent. The garage is on the back side. So in what I'll call lounge mode, I just put this pillow here, and I can just stretch out this way. But for sleeping, I fit in this direction. I'm 6'2", 240. Here's again. For ventilation, I took apart a Camp Framo and figured out that these fans are amazing fans. This is just a 12-volt Camp Framo, but I actually know where to source the blades and the motors a lot cheaper. And so I have in the back, and I have extras of these just in case, but they've never failed me. They're super powerful, very quiet, no casing. I actually built an enclosure for it. The black thing you see there is the solar panel, and this roof is just a 1/4 inch, I think, birch, and I've got I've got insulation in there. There's packed insulation in there, and then of course we have the solar panel, so the R value here is pretty good. Here's a close-up. I've got some metal, I think it's stainless steel. I got to clean this netting around this to keep the bugs out. This works great. I mean, this was literally a $30 solution. versus, you know, paying $300 and having to deal with the fact that if you ever have to take your fan out, the cost will be in labor. This is all operated from the inside and just wiring I did myself, and I've got a regulator right here. In the back, I have this big fridge, and I use it. I can use it as a freezer. I've got here, you can see the reading on it while it's running. It's 12.3, so it's a little low in the morning, but I can keep leftovers cool. I can actually keep uncooked meat for a few days. You know, just the minimal stuff that I need in a fridge. And you can see this is the way it stores perfectly. I actually just lean it against my lap and open it when I need to. I can also get to it from the inside. When I set up the mattresses in sort of a couch, sort of a seating mode, all the way to the back, I can pull this through and get to this from the inside. I've had to do that on a rainy day or early morning when you don't want to leave the van. Now, what powers this whole thing, I don't have auxiliary batteries. I don't have lithium in the van. This is a 155 amp hour AGM battery I got through Amazon. It's been working great. Plenty of juice to get it through the night, running the fridge and the ventilation. What I generally do is I will run the van a little bit right before I go to sleep, just to juice everything up. But I don't really have to. I've gone 3 days without starting up and never had an issue. Of course, what helps is being out in the sun. That giant solar panel will keep this. I think if I'm parked under the trees or it's been raining, I have to be conscious of this on a daily basis. Not every hour or anything. It makes it through the day, no problem. Obviously, if it's sun out, which I'm in Florida, everything is good to go. It's been good to go. And I don't have batteries inside. I don't have any propane inside. I don't have anything that could blow up or leak or anything like that. It's a pretty clean system, charged from the alternator and that big solar panel. And the solar panel, very stealthy in my opinion. So looking at it from the back, I know that a great percentage of what I got going on here is tools and stuff, but I do have enough counter space when it's clean. I do have the air fryer, which I can access from the inside, and a little 800 watt grill, and both are accessible through a door that's right here, a sliding door, so I can get to it from the inside, generally use it from the outside. Keep the garbage here, and just my 18 volt tool system, cheap tool system. And that 110 volt 2000 amp power source is here somewhere. I just have to go over to the car underneath the seat from the passenger side, turn it on. I don't like to keep it on because it is drawing some amps. Works great. I can use that to actually heat this tank, and this is the outlet hose. I have a heating element that I can heat a glass or a cup of water in like 5 minutes. That's, I think, 500 watts that I can plug into that. I just have to run the engine while I'm using these devices, which I don't use them for more than 20 minutes anyways. And it's amazing how quickly that battery would juice all the way up in 20 minutes of running the engine. I have no issue running the engine while parked. Whatever anybody is saying, these modern cars do not suffer any real wear and tear from running the engine while idle. I do it all the time. So here's a close-up of the cooking setup. And this is for just a front-facing fan. I don't know if that's visible here. This fan right here blows a ton of air. I also have an extractor up here. Water never has gotten into the cab. And I don't have anything that lets light in or pops up or has any mechanical parts that rust or break. So it's all under that solar panel. Get a shot of that. So everything is under the solar panel. I have openings and lips on those openings. It's like a 14 by 14 here, and like maybe a 9-inch round right here that's lipped up. And I have some ideas if I built another van where I wouldn't have to use any butyl tape or any kind of tape or screwing in holes into the roof that are going to eventually rust. No issues with that, but just you want to keep it as simple as possible. And that's really what this design is. And the one big difference in my design is I'm on the floor. I'm on the metal floor. I'm not a winter snow van, so I'm on the metal floor. Keep that floor clean. It's nice and stable. There's no elevated stuff. I don't have any height issues with my head hitting the roof. I can crawl around in here. I fit this way. It's just really a small van, obviously for one person, but it really works. So this is how I operate the fridge from outside. Here's the view from the garage. Here's that battery under the hood, 155 amp hour. I forget what the brand is. It's a Vmax AGM. Get them on Amazon. I think it was like 300 and change, 400 bucks. Really worth it. Sealed. You don't want anything that you have to feed water to in here. Trust me on that. I had a battery before like that. It was a mishap. What else we got? Oh, here's the inverter under the seat. 2,000 watts. A Krager, which I'm very happy with. Everything I've sourced everything through Amazon, and I'm very happy with Amazon. I'm a Prime member, and they are excellent. They're just excellent. Here's a view from the driver's seat, and you can see it's like a 0 gauge cable, 3 feet, that runs to the battery. I've got some fuses there. So that's a van tour. It's a 2018. I don't have a lot of miles. Oddly, I don't drive that much with it. It's been running pretty good lately. There is a recall and some challenges with RAM, but I've been a RAM customer for a while, and so I'm not going to badmouth them. I am waiting to see what's next. I mean, I'm happy with this. I want to run this into the ground, but I would consider moving to an EV van if something good comes out. I know there's some interesting things happening in Europe. I don't know what's taking so long over here, and obviously battery technology is not quite there yet. Maybe something solid state will come along and will change the game, but that's definitely on the radar. And in the future is to have something powered by EV. You can benefit from EV. Also, they would push the cab all the way to the front. I've seen some really nice products. The E-Bus, or some German bus company, I mean, is making something very interesting, very lightweight. That's the thing. Once you get into lightweight and that you have more cab space and something that could potentially run your peripherals for a week while parked, I mean, that's a game changer. So anyways, that was an update. Thank you. Have a good day.